9/11 operators are the first voice people hear when they call in for help. These are true public servants who support citizens through some of the most difficult emergencies. But they are not offered the same support as our first responders. Our political specialist, Sean Boyd, joins us from a Denver police station. Sean, you found out there's a big push to change that.
And Jim, the current law allows police, firefighters, and other first responders to use workers' compensation if they experience emotional trauma. But a loophole in that law has allowed insurers to deny the coverage to 911 operators because they hear traumatizing things but don't see them.
911, what's your emergency?
They're the ones you call when you're desperate for help.
A mom who walked into her garage and found her son had committed suicide.
A gentleman called, and it was his last breaths.
A young woman who was calling is like, there's a fire in our house, and, you know, the phone goes dead.
911 operators and dispatchers hear it all. And Matt Fuller with Denver 911 says some of it is hard to forget.
Hearing those screams of terror, and it puts you right there with them.
But when it comes to workers' compensation for first responders, hearing it isn't enough. You have to see it to be covered for emotional trauma. Representative Jonathan Singer plans to change that.
That just boggles my mind. You know, I've worked crisis lines before, and I can't tell you the number of times I wish I could have reached through that phone and been able to help that person on the other side.
Natalie Martinez has worked in 911 for nearly 30 years and says there are still calls she can't shake.
We are not on the scene and see it, but we hear it when it's happening. And, you know, that's something you can never forget.
Shelley Lesnansky, head of Denver 911, says trauma contributes to high turnover.
If we could care for them, spend a little time away to get a lot of time back in return, would benefit everybody.
Including the next person whose family member isn't breathing, whose home is broken into, or whose child is choking.
To give some space and some time so they can come back and be fully present for that next call. That could be your call or my call or our kid's call.
When they need help, it's up to us to step up and make sure they get the treatment they deserve so they can be ready to answer that next call.
Representative Singer carried the bill that required workers' compensation to cover emotional trauma for police, firefighters, and other first responders. It took him 5 years to get that bill into law, and I covered that battle with insurance. Singer is hoping it won't take another 5 years to get coverage for 911 operators. Live in Denver, Sean Boyd covering Colorado First.
Sean, and what a job they do. Thank you very much.